And those relations have certainly gotten closer under the Trump administration. So the big question is, will it hurt or help Netanyahu's chances at the polls? Let's bring in Edmund Ghareeb. He has an extensive knowledge of Middle East history and politics as an academic and author. Edmund, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
Historically, United States and Israel have had close ties, but critics of the Trump administration would argue President Trump has really taken things to a whole different level with his pro-Israeli stance. He recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital, closed Palestinian offices, PLO offices in Washington, pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal that Netanyahu absolutely detested, and recently recognized Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Is that tight relationship and the measures that the U.S. has taken, is that going to help Netanyahu in today's election or hurt him?
Clearly, these steps taken by the United States administration are in part aimed at helping Prime Minister Netanyahu. The president took all of these steps, and Prime Minister Netanyahu has said that, in fact, he has been influential. And because of his close relationship with the president, that he has influenced some of these decisions. And the latest actually has come yesterday in a tweet, apparently in Hebrew, where Prime Minister Netanyahu said that President Trump has taken the decision to designate the Revolutionary Guard in Iran as a terrorist organization upon his request.
And let me read you exactly what he said in Hebrew. He said, "Thank you for responding to another of my important requests, which serves the interest of our countries and countries of the region."
I mean, this is a perfect example. Here, we have seen investigations in the United States over the past year and a half about Russian collusion with the Trump administration, where a foreign power supposedly is interfering in the affairs of the United States. And it's going to be interesting to see whether we'll see any investigation when it comes to this influence here. But clearly, I think President Trump expects help from Netanyahu and Netanyahu's friends and supporters in the United States in the coming elections, and in also confronting some of these investigations. But as President Trump also is helping Netanyahu, who's facing his own problems inside Israel. Even if he's elected, he's still going to face investigations and over scandals.
And despite the scandals and investigations, Edmund, it seems he is still a very popular president in Israel. I mean, obviously, Israelis really don't care about the scandals.
Well, then we'll see how much they care. I mean, the election results are going to be very indicative. But I think there's no doubt that these steps taken by President Trump have helped, at least in my opinion. They have helped Prime Minister Netanyahu. I mean, no American president, even those who promised that they were going to move the embassy from to Jerusalem, they never fulfilled, even though during the election campaign they promised to do so, because they knew the consequences, they knew the dangers. The same thing with Jerusalem, recognizing Jerusalem as the capital. There are UN resolutions, there's international law. The Golan Heights, this is occupied territory.
Let me quickly, we're running out of time. I got to get to the Palestinians who've been largely sidelined in this non-existent peace process. For them, does it matter who wins this election?
This is a very good question to the Palestinians. Many of them think that neither of them is going to take their interests into account. But I would think that probably the Netanyahu is the worst of the two candidates. And it's going to be interesting to see how much voting. We're going to see how many Palestinian Arabs, or in this sense, Israeli Arabs, decide to vote in this election.
All right, we'll leave it there. Edmund Ghareeb, as always, a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much.